come over their house, and it's like I don't just come over people's houses that I don't know. Like it's like you don't have the new Marvel vs. Capcom, the new Mortal Kombat, and nothing like that. That's really just getting me to come over there. You just want me to come over there and just hang out with you in your house. Like no, you're not coming over mine either.
So, so once you finally get the nerve to ask somebody on a date or get taken onto a date, whether it's the movies or dinner or to the park or even to somebody's house, what do you do on the first date, Matt?
I'm sorry.
Here, go ahead, Matt.
A good first date for me is not a movie or a concert or something like that. A good first date is somewhere where it's quiet, where you can actually have a conversation.
Yeah.
It's not
A dinner or something like that.
I was gonna say, and a first date could be at somebody's house. If you cooking or something like that, then like yeah, I mean I will come over your house, like for a first date or something like that, or for a date period. But I'm not just trying to come over your house and just watch a movie or sit on your couch, smoke weed and drink and shit like that in the middle of the daytime. Nah, it's just not.
I don't know. That's how Ty got me.
George.
I mean, like one of my first dates, like I didn't even know it was a date. I mean, I was like, let's hang out, let's play some games, and I come over with board games, and it caught him completely off guard. He thought we were gonna play Nintendo or something. I mean, we had a good time because we actually got to interact, have a conversation, and still have fun doing something that was kind of out of the ordinary. I mean, and I think that's what it is, just being able to communicate, just step away from everything else and just kind of see that person in their own natural element.
The only thing with me is I can't eat with somebody I don't know. Like, I wouldn't even want to sit with somebody, like in a movie I don't know. Like, I really would have to, like, a first date to me would just have to be something like in the house where we chilling, because that way I can conversate with you and get to know your mood and stuff like that. But going to a movie and going to dinner, that's something that's more personal that I had to be comfortable with you to do first. So more in-house type thing is more of a first date for me.
Like my example for dinner is just it's just an example, like drinks or something, like something quiet to where you can get to know somebody. Because for me, I don't necessarily feel like I could sit there comfortably next to somebody through a 2-hour movie that I don't know.
Like as far as like the movies thing, I personally don't like. I think you can go to the movies and that still be considered a date. Me personally, like if I go to the movies by myself, I still gotta sit around with strangers. So to me, it makes no difference, who's sitting next to me. At least now after seeing this movie, I got something I can talk about. So it's like it really wouldn't matter to me what the setting is. It's just being able to fill you out. Because I mean, whether you like the movie, it lets me know, what things you are interested in, what you like, what you don't like. So for me, it can be a conversation starter.
When is it a good time? What is it a good time to initiate any kind of physical contact? Whether or not they be kissing, holding hands, hand on your knee kind of thing. Matthew?
Well, hand on knee might be, I don't know. I might be old-fashioned or prude or whatever you want to call me, but I'm not gonna, especially on a first date, maybe a kiss on the cheek or whatever, but I'm not gonna kiss somebody on the lips. I'm not gonna lay in bed with somebody or cuddle up with somebody that I don't know. I'm just not. I don't care how they look or how they make me feel. It's easy to put on a show on a first date and tell you everything you want to hear. They're waiting.
I'm a flirt. So,
but there's a difference between being a flirt and being a whore.
That's very true. Yeah, I'm a flirt.
Myself, I flirt.
I'm a big flirt. But the only thing is that my flirt is backed up by absolutely nothing. Like I will flirt my ass off, but if it goes any farther than that, then I'm instantly just either going with the flow, or I'm just like I'm stuck. So it really depends. It really depends.
I look at it like this. You can't buy a car unless you get it for a test drive. But with that said, you can only drive but so far. Like my example of a test drive is the first kiss. If you kiss like a dead wet fish, I'm sorry, we have nothing more to discuss or nothing more to debate or nothing more to talk about. step your kissing game up and come back to me maybe if I'm available. Then we can talk. But if you are a good kisser, then I make that mental note in the back of my mind.
Matt has his hand up first.
I feel like, well, I don't judge on the first kiss anyway because it's awkward. The first quick kisses, unless it's whatever, like unless you wait a long time or whatever and you had comfortable, if it happens on the second or third date, it's gonna be awkward, I think. I don't judge somebody based on their first kiss.
All right, Josh.
I mean, I think like as far as physical activity, like really, I mean, anything past a hug should be the second, third date because, you know, the first date is just getting the, you know, things out the way, you know, the introductions and stuff like that. The second is more, you know, I really, you know, interested in knowing more about you, you know, so, you know, this kind of can go a little bit further, you know, and by the third date, you know, it's like, okay, I'm establishing that, you know, this could possibly go somewhere. And that's when I think you should be more physical with somebody because the physical and the mental are two things that can easily be blurred together. So you have to separate it first. You have to know you like the person before, you know, you could physically be with them.
Just to piggyback on what Josh said, y'all probably would say I'm a whore, but I probably want to do the physical first. And the only reason why is I don't want to waste my time to get to know somebody and their sex is bad. That is I'm sorry. Don't I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's the way in my mind I can't do it. Except that means I'm wasting my time getting to know somebody and the physical is horrible.
Go ahead, Josh.
With that being said, I don't think I mean, I think of it like a game. Like sex is sex. There's gonna be bad players, but you can for the most part teach because, I mean, most sex is gonna be bad until the person knows how to react to you.
Okay, right. Terrence, you want Matt? Go ahead, Matt.
I feel like the sex, like Josh said, sex is sex, and the problem with dating nowadays, and a lot of the problem with the gay community, I think, sex, too much weight is put on sex. Where's the connection? Because you can have good sex. Is the sex that important if there's no connection? Because to me that's wasting my time. That's why relationships don't last because it's based on the physical. It's based on what they can do in bed, and that to me, like, if there was a connection and a solid foundation to back it up, it would last longer.
Okay, wait a minute, Terrence.
But I agree with Savion to an extent that I have my own personal ways of checking to see if there's sexual chemistry there. Like like first base, okay, second base, but of course you're always going to of course I'm going to cut you off at third base because I don't want it to get all the way to home plate because you haven't earned home plate yet. And you have ways of checking for sexual chemistry. There's more than one way to skin a cat if you know what I mean. Like tender touching, kissing. See if they can meet you halfway on certain things, and if they can't really meet you halfway on certain things, you, like Josh said, you can teach. I mean, I've taught before, and
you can teach, but they gonna learn. You can teach, but it kind of sort of, if y'all don't have a sexual chemistry, then kind of sort of it might not go that far. It all depends on how sexual y'all are as people.
All right,
some things just can't be taught. I'm sorry, some things just can't be taught. And then it's like, it's a gamble. And in my mindset and gambling with, you know, my personal life, you have a choice. You either can have good sex and then not get along with the person and walk away with the good sex, or you can get to know the person and then walk away with nothing. Like, because you can get to know the person and then have sex with them afterwards, and if the sex is bad, then all you do is walk away with another friend. I got too many friends. I mean,
that's all goes with the experience of living, and you know, just another person that you met. Y'all might didn't make it the way you necessarily wanted to be, but you know, y'all might still had some good times, some good experiences. You never know what good stuff can come out of that.
Like I said, like the jumping, if it's good sex and good sex, that's what I think where people are saying it's like monogamous date or whatever like that. They're just jumping to the next good sex, the next good sex. good sex is not going to last forever. It's just not. And to me, it's not important enough. Okay, sex. Okay, how long does it really last? Okay,
If it's good?
Yeah, but I would rather be able to sit in a room and at dinner and have a good conversation with somebody than to be able to spend 5 minutes with them in bed.
So are you
it's
saying
good
that
sex.
if you got to know a person, y'all personality clicks and it's everything. Y'all good, y'all alright. So then y'all decide to jump the gun and have sex, and the sex is bad. Then what do you do with that?
But
You got stuff-
Terrence just said
you
5
got-
minutes.
You got stuff to work on. You know, you tell a person necessarily what it was you might didn't like, or you know they might be able to tell you vice versa, whatever. Or you tell them, you know, that's like if you hit it with your teeth, like can you like try to open your mouth a little bit more?
Oh, that is
Like,
so.
those
That's not.
those
all
are
right.
the type of things that you like when you with somebody. Y'all talk about like you know you got to work on those type.
I mean,
you know.
I mean,
So
some,
wait a
I'm-
second,
I'm- that's
'cause
mad.
you made a comment about 5 minutes. Let's be honest. Sex generally, how long does it really last? How long does it really last? And if you're saying that you can go for hours, okay, maybe you can. But that's a lie. That is a lie to me.
well,
Sex generally, because especially for someone that when I had a full-time job, I wasn't going to spend 2 hours having sex.
I don't. I'm personally, I don't spend 2 hours having sex. With me, it's like an hour or 30 minutes, maybe 30 minutes tops. But then again, but then again, I also factor in the foreplay. I factor in the foreplay because with me, with me personally, I'm gonna put my business out there for all of you out there.
I knew it.
Foreplay with me is lasts for like 20 minutes, 25 minutes tops.
That's foreplay. Actual sex, not an hour.
Josh.
I can't. Okay.
Who can have sex with a?
Maybe
Once-
not
Once
straight.
the foreplay starts, I consider it all to be sex. It's
Amen.
Like, you know, this just wants to. That's
Okay, let Josh. Go ahead, Josh.
I mean, it depends on the individual you're with and stuff like that. I mean, you can go for. There's some people who literally can go for like an hour and 45 minutes. There's some people who
People don't have
they're so good that they can be done in 30. Like it all about your experience with that person.
But that's not a gay. But
Go ahead.
that's not a gay. That's not just in a gay community.
I'm not
That's in general.
But sex can't be that important. It can't be, you know, because what if, for whatever reason, y'all have to be separated for, you know, months.
So Savion brought up first that he'd rather test drive the product at the beginning of the dating stage, so that he knows what he's getting into, so he knows whether or not that person is worthy or not to
get
be
to know.
dating. Right? Who agrees with that?